Located between Miyawaka City, Fukuoka City and Koga City, the area is subject to much speculation, including its name, the Tonowan Dam, and the infamous village. The entire Inunaki region in Fukuoka is said to be one of the most haunted in all of Japan. Local legend says that upon encountering a waterfall at the valley entrance, a wolf stopped and howled in sadness, and that the valley is too deep for dogs to cross, therefore they howl. There have been reports of incidents and murders in the area. On December 7, 1988, the police discovered burnt remains of a factory worker. 28th of June 1992, a vehicle slammed into the concrete utility pole, causing serious injuries to the driver and passengers. 10th of February 2001, a head-on vehicle collision claimed the lives of 5 people. Nearby is the Inunaki Dam, where on the 13th of January, year 2000, a female skeleton was discovered, but public details are sparse and kept confidential. Construction of the old Inunaki-Tonowan Road started as early as 1884, but was suspended due to costs. It wasn't until the November of 1949 that the road was officially opened. However, the route had little traffic, driving conditions were steep and treacherous, particularly during the cold months. After the development of Route 21, the old road now has restricted access to vehicles due to past incidents of illegal dumping and motorcycle gangs. Old Inunaki Tunnel's entrance is now blocked by concrete blocks due to risk of collapse. The Inunaki area is also home to several urban legends. A public phone box near the tunnel entrance was believed to be a magnet for ghosts, and visitors reported hearing the voice of a ghost in the receiver. The phone box has since been removed. Cell phones mysteriously lose signal near the tunnel, car engines will fail to start, and a sign at the front of the tunnel recommends vehicle drivers should avoid entering. An urban legend of a village near the tunnel describes of a hostile village that refuses visitors and disconnects itself from the outside world. It is said to exist outside the Japanese constructions and thus doesn't obey their laws. The legend of Inunaki village goes as follows. You must take a small side road past Old Inunaki Tunnel to find the village. It's small and easy to miss, so most people don't ever find it. If you follow that to the entrance of the village, you'll find a sign that states the Japanese constitution is not in effect past here. Past that, you'll see an old broken down sedan, the remains of a couple who were unfortunate enough to enter the village and never return. If you're brave enough to enter yourself, it's said that the village is full of traps and the villagers themselves will attack you with hatchets and sickles. There's no phone service either, so you'll be completely on your own. The village is said to have been isolated from the outside world since the Edo period, and because of that the government treats them as a special reservation. If you're foolish enough to go in there, you're entirely on your own, and no one who has entered has ever escaped alive. The urban legends pertaining to Inunaki village are mostly inaccurate or false. According to Wikipedia's Japanese article, Inunaki village's official name was Inunari village, and there are no historical sources suggesting the inhabitants refused outside contact. It is true that there are areas within Inunaki in which communication devices will have poor or no reception due to the mountainous and isolated landscape. According to visitors, there are sign warnings not to enter, but list no mentions of void Japanese constitution. Likely the signs exist to warn people of the aforementioned motorcycle gangs and violent crime. Rumors of Inunaki village as we know the legend today likely first appeared online in 1999. An anonymous person sent a letter to NTV with the title, "The Village in Japan That Isn't Part of Japan." It describes the legend exactly as we know it today. The writer mentions they don't believe in ghosts, but Inunaki Ridge is famous for them. This person had heard about a small path, easy to overlook, by the side of old Inunaki tunnel that gets smaller and smaller as it goes. At the end there is a village that doesn't exist on any map, and there is a sign that states the Japanese constitution is not a fact past here. The writer describes more of the village and the violent villagers and ends with a request to the TV channel to check it out as soon as possible. No proof of the Inunaki village has ever been found before this particular letter, and Inunaki Ridge itself only became known as a ghost spot in the late 1980s. These days we have satellite technology, drones, and more YouTubers and bloggers trying to hit the big time than you can poke a stick at. No one has ever found anything even vaguely resembling the Inunaki village of legend. Inunaki village was once a real place, yes, but it merged with the other villages over the years and no longer exists. The Inunaki area has sparked inspiration for horror movies and games.